Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man, we got some issues going on in the Wilder family. Once again, the father wants Gary Wilder, I think his father was a pastor, wants Malik Scott fired as the trainer and believe his son has several good years. His mother told him that she wants to throw him a party and he had a good career and all that stuff, man. And you got to understand, too, in the hierarchy of the family, bro, in the black family, a woman's decision is damn near the top. Even you see a lot of situations where, and this ain't nothing new, even in a lot of situations where the father was involved, you know, in reality on how that's supposed to work, especially if the parents are still together, they supposed to silently, and this come with your kids too. You supposed to be all, when you got kids or however y'all blended families be, when you got kids, y'all never supposed to argue in front of the kids. Okay? Once again, you are never supposed to argue in front of the kids. No matter how old they get, you never argue in front of the kids, especially on decisions regarding the kids. Can little Tammy have a cookie or not? Okay, y'all go behind the scenes and y'all talk. Now, she played y'all against each other and asked mama, she said, and daddy said, yeah. No, take your cookie, go in your room, we'll give your punishment later. You and the father and the mother, y'all go figure that out. But you're never supposed to, especially argue about the kids. If they want to wrestle, they want to box, or whatever the situation may be, y'all get together, y'all come to a decision behind closed doors, and when you give your decision to them kids, that's the decision. But in the black family, and like I said, it's been going on for a long time, in the black family, the mother feel the right to be able to make decisions and speak because they've been empowered by the government to do so. And I just figured that I think his parents might still be together, and that's just her cry to her baby. But in my opinion, I just don't think women should really, I don't think anybody should be speaking on the decision publicly. They want to have an intervention and sit down with them. They should sit down with, even if they're not together, they should sit down with each other, talk it out, get their feelings out the way, and still, even as a grown-ass man and adult, come to him with a decision. If his brother got to be involved, kids, baby mama's got to be involved, whatever the situation may be. And, you know, when those decisions about your health come across, and this is what the father got to understand too, and I ain't telling him what the hell to do, by the way. I'm just giving y'all, you know, a perspective. You got to understand, if something happened to that man, you know what I'm saying, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, y'all gonna be taking care of him. Just remember that. Y'all gonna be taking care of them baby mamas. They gonna be gone when the money ain't there. You'd be surprised how many of these dudes who have fathers or a cool ass uncle or cousin, older cousins, especially the guys that have sisters, how they really be missing the point of women. And I say this about, not to make this a life situation or whatever, but it's a lot of people like, bruh, I remember my mom moving a certain type of way, and I paid attention. Now, I didn't register. It's like some things my granddad used to tell me. He used to give me game. You know what I'm saying? He used to give me game. But I would listen to it, store it, but then, you know, it ain't going and stored. But when you about to go through it, or you go through it, you want to make, oh, he did say that, or he did tell me this. Same thing. When I see my mom used to do certain things, how she moved, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know, I used to have female friends and girlfriends and see how they, and I used to have female homies, and I used to kick it with their sisters and shit, and he used to have 4, 5 sisters and shit. You know, I used to watch how they move and how they treated dudes and all that type of stuff and how they really move. I really used to have a lot of female, like compared to the average guy, especially today, I used to have a bunch of female friends. They cousins would come over, and I'd fuck with their cousins, and, you know, I would just watch how they move, and like I said, sometimes it'd be a group of guys. Sometimes the girl would be on my homie Mario. Sometimes they'll be on my homie David. Sometimes they'll be on me. Sometimes they'll be on, we call these niggas next door to Dirty Bros. Even my slogan partner, some girls just chose him. It was just, you know, what it was. And I learned early on it's different strokes for different folks. That's why women got different types. But, nonetheless, a lot of these dudes just don't understand that it's transactional. And if you get put in a wheelchair or you get bedridden, the kids gonna live their life. More than likely the girls tend to care for you and sacrifice like that, but they gonna go live their life. So your parents, is gonna be the one taking care of you. If you continue on to become a mush mouth or a mush brain, your parents, your brothers, your sisters are gonna be the one that's gonna be there caring for you. Ask Gerald McClellan and his sister. She's still out here trying to get it and keep him, ticking. That's more than a full-time job. That's 2 or 3 times job taking care of somebody elderly or somebody sick or messed up. Real spill. So all that, goes in. You sit down with them. You don't go through the media pleading with them. Y'all talk as a family, as an intervention before you get there. Y'all talk. Y'all lay it out. Y'all, if it take a day, if it take a week, y'all being in the same house to figure it out. And ultimately, he gonna do what he want to do. So the mother did probably want in the box anyway to get hurt. But I was just saying, before I get to the part about Malik Scott, one thing about the black community, it's the only community where the woman voice is louder and more ferocious than anybody else's voice. It's the only community I could think of. Not saying in other communities the woman's voice ain't powerful or the most, but it's the loud. Usually it's the father that come out and woo, 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 and that's what it is. But we so broken and we so offset in how we do things. And you talking about, and I'm not even talking about broken homes traditionally. That's what it's been, especially since they Section 8 and the government. That's what it been. Now, you had situations like the movie Fences where he told, that boy, nah, you ain't doing that. What you ain't going to play football and his mother wouldn't, budge on it. That's what that's the type of shit we used to be on. Now, back in the day, most houses, the mother go talk to him. Well, you should let Vincent go play basketball. You should let him go play football. You should go let him be a chemist, baby. Come on, let him go. And she'd be able to speak to him, and because she could reach a point to him that nobody else can reach. And guess what? He used to, usually, all right, you go and do it. I don't feel safe with you doing it, but, you go chase your dreams. I can't hold you back. Usually, if that woman can reach that place, a lot of times she can, that's how we go. That's when I say it don't necessarily mean a woman word ain't impactful or powerful or the most powerful, but usually the voice of reason or the voice that you hear is the man voice that make those decisions in a lot of other communities, So, but nonetheless, man, his father said, he don't need, he needs somebody he respect and the coach, not a friend. And Malik, I'm just going through paraphrasing. Malik, is more of a friend, and Malik is trying to teach him how to box. My son ain't never been a great boxer. He's got several good gears left. I just, think he need another person there. Obviously that wasn't an issue when we were talking about nigga don't order Cheesecake Factory. These niggas over here eating too good over here. Too good. And I'll say this real quick. I'm gonna do some health tips on Goodfella TV too on the Patreon side of things. Let me tell you this, man. You should not be eating a big lunch. Unless that's your grand meal of the day, your one meal or your last meal. You should not eat a grand lunch. That's where a lot of motherfuckers put the calories on. They eat a big lunch, then you eating late as hell. You should not, your lunch should be a nice and clean lunch. No matter how you eat, should be some green, some fruits, some protein, maybe plant, meat, whatever. It should be something. It should be a solid meal. It shouldn't be nothing heavy. Some pasta, some cheesecake, some cake, some chips and all that. Hell no. Now motherfuckers just fat and nasty for no reason, just from what they do in lunch and they erratic eating habits, man. Put your body on the schedule. But I had to say that. But nonetheless, man, like he was saying about, Deontay and, he gotta need somebody to respect, not a friend, and can't teach him as a boxer. He need this. Yeah, I mean, his father believe he still got good years left. Maybe he thinking a little bit too much with Malik Scott teaching. Maybe he thinking a little bit too much. I don't know who the fuck that is. But yeah, maybe he thinking a little bit too much in there, and he trying to box and stick and move and trying to set it up. And, you know, Deontay had a lot taken out of him. Malik trying to teach him, and I think that's wrong. He need to seek and destroy. You know, Bart Breland had him using the jab. I think if Malik needed anything, he need to be working everything off the jab and trying to give him a left hook and drop that right hand to the body a little bit. Now, that's about it. But the father probably right. You know, you're trying to teach him something. You know, to me, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You can go get a new trainer at this point at almost 40 years old. I think if anything, he should just, you know, fight an easy opponent in Alabama and Atlanta, go out on top, go out with a victory. But to me, it ain't no point in continuing on taking this punishment at this top level. Zhang said he feel like he still got something less. He hurt Zhang with the right hand, but in my opinion, bro, he financially is secure. He not as hungry no more. He physically beat down. These guys coming in 70, 80 pounds or heavier, and what the father got to figure out is what the mother trying to say. If this dude go down and he can't, you know, fend for himself health-wise, we gonna have that burden. Now all these kids and baby mamas and wives he got, they gonna split like a banana split when they come down to it. So I kind of agree with Mom say. I think if anything, have a go-away fight versus an easy opponent. You know, sail off into the sunset, give a brother an opportunity to make some bread with you, and that's it, man. But hey, check out check out the Heavyweight Boxing Talk playlist. Check out the Boxing News playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, the whole nine. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate that. Peace.